Hi, I'm Ronnie Ciago, and welcome to the Ronnie Ciago Show. Today, my guest is my longtime friend, my mate, Larry Antonino.
Good to see you, Ronnie.
Thank you for
having
being
me,
on
man.
my show, Larry.
Appreciate you.
It's been a while. We've known each other for how long?
Many, many years.
At least 10 or
10
more.
years, yeah.
At least 10.
Yeah.
So we've performed kind of all over the world
Yeah.
together in different situations. Definitely we did a lot of things with our friend Frank Stallone.
Frank Stallone.
And thank you, Frank, for making that happen. You put a lot of work into getting us all over the place,
Yeah.
all over the world playing.
All the way to Macau, China.
Exactly.
Wow, that was fun.
Yeah. So Larry, we're going to talk about your background a little bit, right?
All right.
So I have some notes, but I want you to talk about, you started out, you were born in...
Well, born in Fresno, California, in the San Joaquin Valley.
Okay.
And basically, you know, I remember it was hot all the time. And my dad moved to Santa Cruz, California in 1968. And I was 5 years old, just gave my age away. And it was a beautiful town, musical, everywhere, clubs everywhere, a whole nother feeling. And that's where I got to grow up. So it probably influenced some of the artistic avenues where I could have pursued. So in school, I took up music. And but it was a great place to grow up. Santa Cruz and Monterey, Carmel.
Wow, so beautiful.
Yeah, it was a great place to grow up. Wow. All the Doobie Brothers were hanging out in Santa Cruz.
Okay. So give me Doobie Brothers story. Like you said, you saw Pat?
Yeah, Pat Simmons. I was just learning to play bass in junior high at like 13 years old. And I knew of all, you know, watching the charts. And I was just interested in what was going on the radio early on. So I love the Doobies. And Tyran Porter, I'm going, those, they live here. And this is great. And there's all these great clubs to play and great musicians. So it's a good place to foster your, you know, really work on your talent and your chops, kind of hone it in, and it was well received in those days. Many different styles of music was being performed all over the town, and so that was kind of a lucky thing that my dad happened to just move to Santa Cruz, and I grew up in this beautiful place with music all over, and I'm sure that's what influenced me to be a musician.
You got your funk, you got your rock, you got
the funk, the rock,
all kinds of Latin,
all of that, Latin jazz,
all kinds of stuff. I'm going to name 15 artists that you play with,
okay,
and we'll go from there. And also, you've done movies and things, so we're going to talk about that.
A couple little things.
So first, I'm going to say Ronnie Laws.
Ronnie Laws, first gig in LA.
And then second, I'll supply the Jazz Crusaders.
Yes.
You toured with them, you run records with them.
Yes.
For Barry Manilow. I'm going to run down Michael McDonald, because he was up there in that area.
Well, I actually worked down here with him and David Pack.
Okay.
Yeah, so sessions.
Okay. Right. Okay. And Jeff Beck,
recording.
Chaka Khan, the Pointer Sisters, Bobby Caldwell, Al Jarreau, Gary Wright, Mary Gray, Ricky Martin, Steve Oliver, Jeff Koshua, Jeffrey Osborne.
Great.
No.
A lot of great people. I feel very blessed that I was, you know, able to come into this large pool of musicians. LA is a big place, and you just move here on faith, basically. That's all you got. Right. I had a Toyota Corolla and a Fender Jazz Bass, and let's see what we can do, you know, 24 years old. You know. But I knew I had something, and a lot of it's who you meet that can help you along the way, you know.
To have that.
So I met a guy, Tom Fletcher's his name, and he was working with Ronnie Laws. He was an engineer, producer, and he said, they're looking for a guy. I'm going to get you set up for an audition. So don't make me look bad. I said, I won't. So I did all my homework, I showed up, and I got the first gig with Ronnie Laws, 1986. Just incredible. As I was
But you had
listening,
an audition, you had to study, you had to like,
Well, yeah,
and you practiced how much?
yeah, well, I got cassettes and LPs and everything under the sun, including the latest CD, which was Mirror Town at the time. And I learned every song, wrote all my charts out. I said, I don't know what they're going to ask me to play. I'm going to be ready. Mm-hmm. So I showed up and we played some of the old hits, Always There, Friends and Strangers. Great. Take a little solo. I Can Hold My Own, you know, and then, well, let's work some of the new songs out. Okay. And he called one of the new songs and I got my little chart out. And the band hadn't played it yet, you know, and they came to a couple of sections and I went, wow, it's this chord and that chord and this. I was like, I'm the new guy, right? And I'm like, and Ronnie's going, what? How do you? I go, I'm ready to go, whatever you want to do. So we take a break and he goes, you know, Ronnie's this tall, right? He looks down, we're outside VCS, Valley Center Studios in Van Nuys, on the sidewalk, just taking a break out there. And I'm going, wow, I think I did okay, you know. And then Ronnie looks down and he goes, you got the gig. And I was just like, what? Oh my God. You know, I was just so happy. And we toured and recorded and it was a great introduction to Los Angeles, the first gig.
It was like, Ronnie Laws was all over the, it's not new age or new, it was called something. The format was
like contemporary jazz,
like smooth jazz kind of stuff.
Right before they called it smooth jazz, there was the Crusaders and all that stuff. There was fusion, jazz rock fusion, which I was playing in Santa Cruz, but you know, getting the chops up. Yeah. But I always liked the Crusaders, all those kinds of music, and Earth, Wind and Fire also. So I like vocals too. Right. So all of a sudden I'm working with like one of my favorite guys and it was incredible. And he knew Wayne Henderson and Wilton Felder from the Crusaders. And as a matter of fact, Wayne was producing the album called All Day Rhythm. Okay. And that's the first album after I'd been in the band for a year. They called me in to play my first session. And I played 2 tracks on that record with Wayne Henderson producing.
From Street Life, how far away?
That was just a few years, not too long after all that. Yeah. Right. And so, but it wasn't a Crusaders album, but it was Wayne Henderson producing Ronnie Laws. Okay.
Oh, I see.
Those guys are all from Houston, Texas.
Was the Sticks Hooper playing drums?
On the session?
Yeah.
No, that was, let's see, I think it was Bubba Bryant and Craig T. Cooper on guitar. Okay. Great musicians. So I was lucky, and Ronnie and he had Sister Deborah singing on some stuff and his daughter. I mean, it was like a family affair. It was really great. I felt like I was brought into a beautiful thing.
That's great.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. And then after that?
Well, a couple years in, I'm starting to do sessions, Carl Anderson and Tom Fletcher. He's working with all these guys. And he's like, well, come on, Melba Moore needs a bass player for this. Okay, and I'm cutting tracks. I'm going, oh, this is the dream come true. It's a studio musician in Los Angeles. I can't believe it. And I got another Tom Fletcher. See, I got to say, he said, I'm working with Graham Russell and Russell Hitchcock from Air Supply. We're doing a rock opera. Oh, okay. And it's called Heart of the Rose. Okay, great. Went in there, played some tracks, did some fretless work.
Was he producing it?
No, Tom. I think Tom was engineering and maybe co-producing, yeah. And Graham's the writer and the producer, really. Yeah. And like after about a week and a half, and I've done like 4 or 5 tunes, I go to the next session. He's like, hey, you want to go on the road with the band? Air Supply? I go, yes. I couldn't believe it.
They're playing big places then, right?
First gig, Taiwan, 10,000 people. Right. Yeah. All over South America, every state in the U.S., you're playing for the Sultan of Brunei, then you're going to Dubai, and then those guys are international. So for many years, I did Air Supply, and I wrote songs for them and played on 6 of their records as well. So I was just going, right away, those 2 things really helped me, welcome me to the Los Angeles music scene, Yeah. So I just felt like, thank you, God, God's my agent. Yes. He's put me where he wants me. Sure. Put it where you want it, right? That's a Crusader song.
That's true. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, fun. Just love to play though.
And then there's Barry Manilow.
Yeah, that came a little later, like 1998, 99. I had already done a few other record projects, worked with Shelby Lynn and Al Jarreau, did some dates with him.
Al Jarreau, so tell me about that.
Yeah, just some live shows with him, and it was just incredible. Only a handful, unfortunately. I would have loved to have done more, but just what an amazing guy. And so you know, I was lucky to play with some of my heroes. I used to go see him at the Berkeley Greek Theater, and I go, I can't believe I'm playing with him. So, you know, dreams can come true if you just keep going, keep believing, and don't let the downtime let you down and get you down. Just plow, just know that you got something and just move it and believe. That's really important. You can't ever lose faith in yourself, right? So got slow a couple times, believe me. I was driving messenger service in LA. You know, $50. I made $50 today. It was terrible, you know.
Wow.
But I did it. And I didn't go home because I was bummed out for like 3 months. A lot of work wasn't happening. And I realized over many years now that it does ebb and flow. You're on this big tour for 6 months, a year, and then all of a sudden you got to work. You're in town again and get those club dates going, get the sessions going. I'm back.
Right, yeah, because when you're out, people forget you.
They
get somebody else.
That's right. So, and you got to stash a little cash for those times. I never went for unemployment one time since 1986. I've always just, I got to work it and get on the horn network. And it always came about where I could survive. And all the bills got paid up to this day. Everything's being just handled. Just very, very fortunate, you know.
That's great information for, you know, any musicians that that want to know that.
Absolutely.
They think it's not easy.
No
matter what level you're at.
Yeah.
There's all of these up and down.
And being a free agent, you know.
Yeah, you're a free
never
agent.
really had to sign a contract. Word of mouth is a contract also. Right. So, but you can, when something else happens and you discuss it correctly with, if you've been touring for a few years with somebody, even you go, I got this other opportunity. They go, well, we go because that's a good thing for you. We love you. We'll just give us time to work another guy in or whatever. So you don't ever leave anybody high and dry, ever, ever, ever.
Never.
Always be responsible
you don't want to
for replacing yourself if it's a situation like that.
You're watching the Ronnie Ciago Show, and we'll be right back.
Is your business lost in the desert? Tired of dull billboards? Want your business to shine? Visit amgbillboards.com. Take your advertising to the next level. amgbillboards.com.
Briefly, we were talking about you were with Ronnie Laws a long time ago, 10 years ago. How long ago?
The last thing was he did a new release. It's called, it was at the Catalina gig, and we just did a showcase. And I hadn't talked to him for many years, but there was a lot of touring, and then he called me for record dates, and then there'd be some dates sprinkled. Then you don't talk to him I didn't talk to him for like many, many years, maybe 10 years at one point, but you keep on good terms with everybody, and their life's going on, your life's going on. You just make sure you're handling everything and they're doing what they're doing. And artists maybe want to bring other people in the fold to change their sound a little bit, but then they go, I got to get that guy on this new one. And you're in good standing with them, so they call you up, and I'm still here, you know, but you're not sitting around waiting for them to call you.
Right.
You know, because you're just moving along and doing your thing.
So you're going to do another thing with Ronnie, right?
Yeah, he'll probably call me next week.
Oh, well.
I never know.
Yeah,
and it's all good because we're you know, I love the guy. He taught me a lot about
we have respect for each other.
Improvisation, which is what you're amazing at, and just allowing the moments to happen inside the arrangement. If it just opens up, fear not space and time. We don't know where we're going, but it's going to go somewhere great. And if you think that when you're starting an improvisation, it could go completely off the key, and you know where you're going to come back to eventually, though. So that's the nice thing. You have a little format somehow. That window can turn into a 5-minute or a 10-minute thing that everybody starts jumping in. If everybody's listening, it can be something that would never happen again and happen that night.
So we were talking about our playing together, or you know, you talk about
well, you're that guy.
Oh, well.
A lot of drummers are phenomenal I played with. They're great. They work the arrangements through, incredible. And it comes time maybe to open it up, and they'll support the bass solo incredibly. They'll, you know, and listening, and it's great. But I think it's a certain school that you're from and I'm from, where it could just open up, and we're not considering anything that we've ever done before. We're not relying on chops that we knew. it's just open ground. It's a new field that we can plant and sow and reap something brand new. And that's beautiful. You know, we've had those moments a lot, you and me. So I look forward to those when they happen. And it happens not as often as I'd like them to, but it takes certain musicians to be really open and trust in that it's going to be unique and special. As soon as fear sets in, I don't know what I'm going to play. There's no chart. There's what key? Then you lost something. You're not trusting in the universe that you're going to make a moment. So let the Spirit come through you, and then you got to go back into F major 7, and the band comes back in. So knowing that, just open it up and don't fear. And then you're done. You feel like you said something, and then you go cue, pow, and okay. It didn't wind into the catastrophe. You can't be lost, right? So
my playing has always been like that, and I had to trust myself because other people would like, oh well, he's, they'll make some kind of comment or he's doing his thing,
he's doing his thing.
Even though I'm listening, listening is everything. Like Miles Davis would say, just listen and play.
Yeah,
it's everything. So that's the kind of thing we have when we play.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to doing some real soon.
Yeah, we'll get at it. We'll get back at it ASAP. So in the meantime, so we're doing a little timeline thing. So Manilow was like 99 to 2002.
Right.
And we did the Ultimate Manilow tour, which is great. And got platinum record for that. And the 2 nights live CD.
Wow. So tell me about that
gold
one.
record. Yeah, well, we had a full orchestra. Wow. Did 2 nights, and it's like 20 songs a disc. I mean, he has a lot of music. Yeah. And there's all charts like this. I'm playing upright, or, electric, singing. And so it was like, okay, really, really challenging, but also rewarding because we've been on the road. We went to England and did a whole thing with their orchestra over there. And we hired this orchestra and did these 2 nights. And it just, the songs, Artie Butler, Don Zabiskie arrangements, just beautiful. And Barry's just the pro of all time. And it just is incredible. So we did those 2 nights and mixed, mastered, and ended up selling over 500,000 copies. So that's fantastic. I'm happy. And then, before that though, so let's just back up a second. There was a little film thing I did, which was kind of fun, Again, kind of the lull period where you're going, I don't know. I did Crusader, and now there's a rock project signed deal, and the, sort of right at the crossroads where grunge music, alternative came in when progressive hard pop was leaving.
And what was the name of that band?
That was Unruly Child.
Unruly Child.
And it was a great band.
Okay.
Interscope.
I think I remember you. You guys played with like the Roxy and places like that?
Yeah, we played around town a little bit.
Okay.
Bo Hill produced it.
Okay.
He had just done Winger and Warrant and Rat.
Wow.
Great sound, great producer. I mean, that album sounded really great. But literally, that's when Kurt Cobain and all the guys came in and sort of squashed the, that genre. Times were changing, and kind of just like, okay. And now I was going, what do I do? And then you get a call for some sessions, and it was for this Tom Hanks movie, That Thing You Do. Okay. I'm just playing sessions for about a month. And one day they come, we can't find this actor to play this replacement bass player, halfway through the movie. And Mark Wolfson, who was producing, goes, what about Larry? And Gary Getzman who's producing. He was like, maybe. It was like, wait a second. He's about the right age. And he goes in the car, gets a piece of the script, and he brings a little camcorder in. I'm sitting there, I'm just ready to record another track. And he goes, say that line and play a little lick. And I go, okay, I think I can handle it, Junior. And I went, and he goes, thanks. And I got back to work. And he played it for Tom that night. And the next day, I got a call, you're approved for the part. Script is in the mail, FedEx, and go to this place to get fitted for wardrobe. I'm like, I'm not even in SAG, right? But you have to join. Okay, where do I pay? And I'm in SAG now. I will for sure. And I joined. It was $1,200 at the time. Right. 1996. So there it is. Screen Actors Guild, SAG. You have to join. I did some other things. I think after that's the television. So now SAG-AFTRA they merged, but back then I think they were separate. And I did a couple of TV things where they let you do it. Then you have to Taft-Hartley and then you have to join after they let you kind of get through a couple. Then this was like, okay, no, you've done one other thing, so I'm fine. I'll join, and I keep up on my dues, and that's all good.
Right.
Yeah, it's part of the thing. But that was fun.
Guy, say hello to Wolfman, Mr. Scott Pell.
How you doing?
Replacement? Yes.
Who's he played with?
The Techniques. Roy Maxwell and the Corsairs.
Really?
He's your new bass player.
Mr. White, no offense. We've been together for a while.
There aren't a lot of options here, Guy.
Can he handle our tune?
I think I can handle it, Junior.
Okay. All right.
But that movie was big. I remember when
Yeah, it was
came out.
fun,
I go, wow,
man.
what a great movie that was.
It was like based in
And that was,
1960.
it still is a great
Yeah,
movie.
it holds up. It's like the one-hit wonder. You know, they come from Erie, Pennsylvania, and it's kind of like a Beatles thing. It's a period piece, 1964.
Right.
And so they gave me all this footage to look at. Like, if you're going to play a guy, because I'm a modern bass player, right? I looked at like the Tammy Show, the Shindig, all this black and white, James Brown and Yardbirds. I mean, whatever. Simon. I mean, it was like
It kind of was like based around that whole
footage,
idea.
and the bass players were coming from upright to electric,
yes.
so they kind of played it more like this.
Yeah.
Because a lot of guys play the neck down here on the electric bass, but so I said, okay, I got to have more of a posture, kind of like Paul. I've channeled Paul a little bit into the head. They gave me a bunch of stuff to look at, and I said, let's kind of go there. But I'm no actor, but they made me look like I knew what I was doing.
Okay. Wow, that's great, man.
So that was fun. Yeah, that was fun.
It just like fell in your lap, basically.
Scott Wolfman Pell. Yeah.
Chaka Khan, one of my favorites.
Well, that was just a live thing, a couple times, So some of those.
couple of times. One time is
Yeah,
fun.
she was
Chaka
great.
Khan is like,
Yeah, she came in, and it was like great. I mean, she's really unique. Yeah, she just would speak the part. She'd go drummer. Doom chicka gaga doom doom chicka gaga in the drum tone, okay? Chicka doom doom bass player. Ba boom boom chicka boom boom. Okay, ba boom boom chicka boom. And all of a sudden you're going, there's something starting. She's a good guitar player. She knew we were in G. He went to a sus, and all of a sudden she goes, that. I'm going, whoa. How did that just happen in 30 seconds? No, she's brilliant. Yeah, so that was a great experience. And, I mean, I've just been lucky, just have all these beautiful things happen. And, we're, just great. She's incredible. She's still out there doing
she's
it, man.
still doing it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's always a new thing for her.
Right.
She's coming out with
rediscovering herself, yeah.
You're watching the Ronnie Ciago Show, and we'll be right back.
Generations of rock.
How have I known you for 30 years and never gotten a single free wah-wah pedal out of you?
Hello, I'm Robert Sarzo.
Mongo Jerry.
Carl D'Amico.
New Mavericks. Jason Zebo from the band Whitewater.
Ronnie Ciago, Keith Lynch.
Derek Doc Murdoch.
Larry Antonino.
I'm Stevie D.
Chris Brady.
Bjorn Anglin. Mike Contino from Soul Sign.
We are wearing lies and you are watching
Rockefellas TV.
Turn it up.
Welcome to the Ronnie Ciago Show.
Let's fast forward here for sort of a chronological. 2010, Pablo Cruise comes, they call and we need a bass player singer. I'm like, yes. So I jumped in there. It's been 15 years now.
15.
And Corey Larios and Dave Jenkins, who wrote the body of the work, were the founding members. And Steve Price was playing drums and he's the original drummer, played on What You Gonna Do, all those records.
Steve, yeah.
Love Will Find a Way. So for the first 8 years, and then during COVID and all that, Steve retired. And we got Sergio Gonzalez to play drums. And we also added Robbie Wyckoff as an additional singer. He was just coming off the road with Roger Waters, the Wall Tour. Oh. And he's a good buddy from way back, sings crazy good. So we've been a five-piece for the last many years, and it's been great. We're playing the Hard Rock this Saturday in Sacramento and got a bunch of dates this summer. So it's still moving forward and pushing on. Been a great experience. I've recorded, we wrote some songs. We released a song called Breathe that I co-wrote and engineered and co-produced. So been a great experience with those guys, you know, and just fun to play those songs. And all the songs are well defined, well created, and 2 hours go by and you're going, there wasn't a moment where I wasn't just really in it, you know.
Yeah.
So those guys put the work in all those years ago, and I get to
There's a lot of footage of you live where you can watch on YouTube on different formats.
We did a live DVD, I just got in the band too. It was like, okay, I just memorized all the stuff. Now we're shooting a DVD. Oh, wait, couldn't you wait till... But it's out there. It's called, Pablo Cruise Live. Right. And it came out great though. I mean, I had a couple of cheat sheets you can't see under the monitor with some lyrics. It's like... Because you can't have a music stand. This is the band. You're running around. Yeah. So you gotta okay, I gotta make sure I don't screw up those words, and just a couple notes. That's okay.
Baby, if you said goodbye, you'll understand the reasons why. The love you had felt so cruel. Come on, oh, but it's all right. Once you get past the pain.
It's a great concert.
Do what you got to do.
As a matter of fact, you remember when I think you just did it. You signed a CD. You gave me a CD.
Yeah.
I still have it. I'm out.
Yeah, it's called "It's Good to Be Live."
Yeah, it's great.
That's a good one.
And actually, we're in a band called the Rock All Stars.
Yeah, right. We're gonna play pretty soon.
In like 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Up north with Rudy Paris and Jerry Salas, Bob Luna, myself and you.
Good band, man. It's going to be fun. We're going to have fun, Ronnie. I can't wait.
It's going to be fun, yeah.
I cannot wait.
That's in 2 weeks. Crawdaddies, it's called?
Yeah, somewhere.
It's up north.
Visalia, of all places.
Yeah.
Go past Fresno.
Yeah, so that's going to be a blast.
Stay on the 99.
That's right. And give me, you were doing some videos for a company. Yeah,
now the latest thing, because, it's been great. And with Pablo, and I've been doing other things and, running Glenn Campbell's old studio, Agora Borealis, which is a beautiful thing for the last 6 years.
Glenn Campbell's old studio?
Yeah, it's in Agora Hills. It's a great studio. I'm chief engineer there. We've been making a lot of records and sound ADR stuff. So I love doing that too. But in the last 2 years, my first manager, Daryl Scotty, who is an incredible human being and a super talented guy, an entrepreneur. He's had a great business for many years. He lives in Cave Creek, Arizona now, but he's a Northern Cal guy. And he was in Santa Cruz, and we got our first demos together and press kits, and he helped me when I was like 16 years old, And I hadn't seen him for many years. We sort of touched base a few times throughout the years. And 2 New Year's Eves ago, I was doing a gig in Arizona. He came, and we reunited. And we started writing and producing, and he has this thing called Big Yard Nation, which it's incredible. He's got a lot of music out, 54th Street, which is one of them, and we're working on and Daryl's been singing on a few new things as well that we've been writing. We got Poets and Heroes going to be released fairly soon. We wrote a song called Weight of the World coming out. And we got another artist, Joey Gudos, who we're writing for, who's an Arizona guy who's phenomenal. And we have a playlist thing, and we have all sorts of stuff. But Daryl is heading this massive, beautiful thing. We're going to go live streaming pretty soon. And we're building up this song catalog. We're going to be releasing a lot of songs this year that we've co-wrote and I've co-produced and engineered.
That's set up nice.
Oh,
What is the name again?
Daryl Scotty,
But-
Big Yard, and Big Yard Nation.
Big Yard Nation.
And we want to be inclusive, and we support the arts, and we are finding really great new talent, and we're doing what we're doing, and having Aaron Howard is another guy who's involved in the mix of that. He's just a great writer producer. So that's been the latest thing I've been very excited about.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Fantastic.
awesome.
We play a little together. Actually, we play pretty good together.
And we play all right.
And you brought your bass, didn't you?
Hey, I just happened to have
Wait a
it.
minute. I think we could.
What, do you feel like cooking something
Yeah,
up?
Really? Let's fiddle about,
Well, okay. I'm always up for. I'm game. Always up for something new.
It's usually you can come up with a pocket, or I can.
Yeah, just start whatever you want.
Good thing we didn't rehearse that.
Now we're all sweaty. That was great.
That was fun.
That was a workout. See, I love it.
It's been too long.
There's like about 5 songs we got to write in there. Just making up stuff, see? That's
right.
how you create, right?
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
We never discussed anything.
No, send me an MP3 that I'll write something.
You know, it's kind of like when I play with musicians now. In the old days, we were like nervous. Oh, it's got to be right. And
Yeah.
now it's like, just play.
Just play. Just play. And what's cool is you can take sections and kind of fly them around, edit them. And
you have
because if you get magic on an 8-bar phrase, even a 16-bar phrase, you go, okay,
that's the
let's
feel.
grab that. I mean, I know a lot of those records we were listening to were that. They had to do it on 2-inch and chop it up. But it was a whole nother kind of pain in the butt. But a lot
That's
of
how
those
they became great.
And they became great.
And they're still great.
Yeah, and they work. So if it works, it works. Definitely, yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll continue doing what we do.
Yep.
And hopefully well, I know we will be. We'll be playing together again soon.
So I got to make some charts for that still. So I got to go home and do my homework. Speaking of homework, because we're not rehearsing, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be show up and know it, or we're not calling you ever again.
So what do you have going on like now?
Well, latest stuff is pretty much, you can go to pablocruise.com and it'll have a list of all our dates. Like I said, we're playing the Hard Rock in Sacramento this Saturday, and there's through the summer, Colorado, Florida, probably go back east. And so you can find out what that's going. And Big Yard Nation, we're releasing, with Daryl Scotty, we're releasing Weight of the World. It's a social commentary. It's a beautiful song. And there's Poets and Heroes will be also an album released later, but there's a few other songs in that mix that will be released. So look up Big Yard and LarryAntonino.com.
Thank you for being on my show, Larry.
Absolutely.
Excellent. We'll see
My
each
pleasure,
other
brother.
soon.
You got it.
All right. You're watching the Ronnie Ciago Show on Rockefellas TV. We'll see you next week.